Hi, I'm Leo, and welcome to the Element Lounge. Be sure to kick off your shoes, leave all your cares at the door, and when you enter in, be ready to vibe with me while we talk all things life. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Hey Elements, welcome back to the channel. I am Leo, and I decided to jump in here real quick just to give a quick little 1-2. It's been a while since I've been on here. I think the last time I did a video was probably like sometime last week. Realizing too it's a lot going on. That's cool, whatever. But yeah, welcome guys. Anyway, I decided to do some commentary on the story that has been going around. And guys, please forgive my background because I have my windows open. It's a beautiful day here in Detroit, thank God. And yeah, so if you hear noise and stuff going by, it just is what it is. That's the sound of finally summertime or springtime coming through. Either way, I'm grateful. But anyway, guys, I wanted to talk about what has been going on the past, I would say 48 hours, and that is about the story that went down in Vegas. Okay, Las Vegas. I'm quite sure a lot of you guys have already heard about it. Hey, Starbell. Hey, the Bushes. Hey, y'all. Hey, guys. I'm not going to keep y'all long. Y'all know how I'm do. I'm in and out. But anyway, the story that happened in Las Vegas, I had seen it, I think, on IG. Had seen the headline of it. Hey, natural chick. I had seen the headline of it, and usually I don't watch certain type of videos and stuff like that. I am very protective over my spirit and what I intake and everything like that. But there are different times to where something will draw my attention. And so once I kept seeing it, I'm like, well, let me go ahead and watch and see what happened. And I saw what happened. And basically, it was a situation where you had two male YouTubers who have been going back and forth. Hey, fun girl, who have been going back and forth for the past 2 years. From the things that I researched about their situation, it started back Halloween of 2023. One of the YouTubers' name was, I think it's Finney the Legend. It's Finney the Legend, and then the other guy was Sin City Manny. Okay, and then you had Finney the Legend's wife, who went by Bubbly. Well, from what I understand, their first encounter was on the Las Vegas streets. Manny, or Sin City Manny, he was out there performing. They said he used to have clown makeup. He'd be out on the streets performing. Hey, Tiger Lily member. And Finney and his wife Bubbly, who are from Arizona, I guess they would visit Vegas regularly. And when they encountered him the first time, the wife was recording, like most people do, and she recorded him. And for some reason, Manny did not want her recording him. And so, in the process of her putting her phone up to him, he kind of, because the video is available, he kind of knocked her hand away. She started cussing him out, and her husband was right there. And that's was the beginning of this 2-year battle they had going on. Hey, Miss LA. Hey, Melissa Coffee. I mean, Melissa Scott Coffee. Sorry, guys. So that's what I ended up finding out. So anyway, it ended up being 2 years of them going back and forth, making videos back and forth about one another, and it reached a head. Pretty much, just to make it plain and simple, it reached a head. What, 48 hours ago, unfortunately. Finney and his wife Bubbly were there in Las Vegas like they usually would go, and they were there to celebrate his birthday. In the process of that going on, Manny, who's already out there, he had done a video earlier within the day, basically making it known that he was looking for them. And him and his wife was out there as well, because it turns out that Manny's wife was there as well, even when the incident ended up going down. And so while Finney and his wife were live streaming, you see Manny come up, and next thing you know, Bubbly walked in front of him, told him don't come starting at bullish or whatever, and next thing you know, you hear shots. Finney, of course, is unalived, and then next thing you know, Bubbly is unalived. Hey, Castro. And unfortunately, you know, you pretty much saw what went on. It's very sad. And unfortunately, is not something that will be the end of something happening, pretty much. I'm quite sure. We already know on Facebook a lot of things have happened like that. So Bomb, I was wondering where Manny's wife was. She was there. She was there. Hey, So Bomb. Yeah, she was there. She was not too far behind him. And I believe she had her phone in her hand. So she may have been looking to see their location. And from what I was understanding as well, that people in the chat, hey, Marcus, member and moderator, thank you so much for being here. From what I understand, people was in the chat basically letting them know where they were. Of course, Manny always lived there. Finney and his wife were regular visitors of the Las Vegas area. Because I also know, I guess it was also them going back and forth because of the fact that I think Finney and his wife, outside of the first incident that happened, they pretty much started to gain popularity, as far as, I guess, taking his viewers, getting his super chats or whatever like that. They started gaining popularity after the initial situation happened in 2023. And pretty much they both were insulting each other's wives. From what I understand, and don't get me wrong, I think they said that Finney or some of his people tried to call and get Manny's wife fired from her job. It was just a bunch of back and forth. The same thing that we see in this sector that we see on here all the time. Hey, Miss Cherry Moon. And pretty much it just came to a head, and that's why I titled this A Tale of Three Egos, because that's pretty much what it was. Before this situation, I was not aware of these YouTubers. For some reason, the Finney guy looked familiar to me. I don't know why, but he looked familiar to me for some reason. But either way, it's sad. So pretty much after Manny did what he did, they said that he took his shirt off, took his hat off, threw away the weapon that he used, and then ended up taking a ride share to his friend's house. His friend ended up convincing him to go ahead and turn himself in. Also, I think in the process of that, he got rid of his entire channel. He erased his channel, I think, before he even ended up turning himself in. And then, hey, Just Lovely. And then when he ended up turning himself in, they said while he was questioning him, of course, he tried to use self-defense. He said that Finney had reached for something, and so he got him. And then he said that he saw the wife reach for something, and then he ended up getting her. But the police pretty much let him know that there was footage even outside of the actual YouTube video of surveillance around the Bellagio, to where they saw exactly everything that happened. And from what the police reports say, that Finney and his wife, neither one of them had a weapon on them. Okay. And also too, again, I believe that the guy, Manny Ruiz, ended up deleting his whole YouTube channel after the situation happened. But they also ended up seeing that video of him pretty much premeditating the fact that he was actually going around looking for them. I think he had been looking for them for like the whole day, or like for 24 hours or whatever like that. But anyway, it ended up happening. Once they showed him the video that they did have, they said he got frustrated and ended up lawyering up. So he had his arraignment yesterday. He's being charged with 2 counts of open murder or open murder or whatever. And I believe his next court date, I want to say, is either June the 12th or June the 14th. I know it's coming up. And so this is what we're faced with. And it caught my attention and just made me think about the fact of, hey, Gemini member, it made me just think about the fact of how much we are as a society addicted to social media, But not only that, we're addicted to not knowing how to let stuff go. We're addicted to being right. We're addicted to how we look, our reputations, and everything like that. And unfortunately, we are also addicted to underestimating your opponent. And that is something that you should never, ever, ever do. I don't care how prepared you think you are. Never, ever underestimate anybody in this world. Hey, Kimberly Black, you're right. It is a sad and an avoidable situation. That's why I say it was egos involved, because pretty much it was a back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and a lot of people like to think that this is just social media. This is not real. This is real life. And how many incidents is it going to have to take for people to actually understand that? Hey, know me member. Hey, Bird. How many times is this going to have to happen for people to actually understand that? Or how many of us are going to look at this story as we've seen others and, say, okay, that's sad, and then go on, hey, Cruiser, and actually be so arrogant to think that it can't happen to any of us? You get what I'm saying? That's the thing that I thought about. And it made me understand and realize and be so glad that even though on the time that I've been on here, I've had my battles back and forth with people. I like to think I didn't start many of them, but whatever, that's to each his own. But the one thing that I've never done is made it my business to, like I said, underestimate anybody, no matter how mad I've gotten, and to not continue to poke. And I feel like that, hey, Room Shaker, I feel like that is an issue of people wanting to be right and people just continually to poke. At the end of the day, I don't care what you think your financial status is, your health status, how old you think you are, whether you're young, old, whatever like that. It is a lot of things mentally going on with everybody. Okay. Even if you do not fall under the category of having a mental illness, a personality disorder, it can be just the regular stresses of life going on that we all deal with. Everybody deal with something. I know some of y'all like to come on here and act like everything perfect. No, that's not realistic. That's not life. Okay. You can go through several emotions within one damn day. We only present to y'all what we want y'all to see. Okay. So after I get off here, before I got off here, you have no idea what I have went through, where my mindset is, or anything like that, nor is it your problem. But at the same time, again, it's the underestimating people. And what's so sad about it is that the actual victim, and a video that he did, he actually spoke about the fact of, with them striking back and forth and taking each other's channels and blah, 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 that he felt like Manny had some type of issue going on, some type of mental issue going on. And yet he still chose to go ahead and move as though this was not an issue. Exactly. We are not superhuman. Hey, Dr. Soapy. He decided to still, him and his wife still decided to go ahead and do what it is that they did. And they decided to still go in this man's town. Now, of course, I'm not blaming anybody, but at the same time, was that smart? And is it smart to continue to go back and forth with people? Is it smart to continue to poke and pry at people? In these days and times, I would think not. So I think that's something that has to be considered as well, because you may think that is not a big deal, but you don't know what's actually in that person. And to me, a lot of people show on here obsessive behavior, as far as, even if, like for me, I've had my battles on here. The battles that I've had with people on here, whether, like I said again, you think I started it, they started it, whatever like that, I've been let that shit go. Even before, my health situation, I've been let that stuff go. That's how I am. I let stuff go. I know how to walk away gracefully, and I know how to let a motherfucker leave gracefully. That's whether it's a friendship, a relationship, or whatever like that. I've just always had that much of a confidence, and also a reality to understand that everything in life is not meant to last. Okay, so that's just what it is. But even with me knowing that I'm able to do that and let stuff go, I know that there are folks that may still hold different things against me. And that's unfortunate. Okay. But at the same time, I'm not constantly poking and prodding, because just in case something do happen or it has to end up in court and anything like that, they'll look at my channel and they'll see, oh, this person don't have 50 million videos on you, or this person is not constantly mentioning you. And they'll look at whoever got the issue with me and see they done mentioned me about 11,000 times. So it already starts to be uneven anyway. Secondly, I just think that it's sick if you constantly allowing somebody to hold that type of power over you. If I'm not mentioning you, I'm not bothering you in my commentary, I'm living my life, I'm doing my thing, and you're constantly bringing me up, I have power and control over you. And that's not good. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is this: you have to establish your boundaries in all ways. You also have to understand as well that when it comes to the people that is watching you, I made a distinction a couple of weeks ago that there is a difference between subscribers and supporters. I realize that everybody that's watching me, whether it's 2 of y'all in here, whether it's 10, I don't give a damn. I realize that everybody that's watching me is not a fan of me as well. I realize that some of y'all subscribers actually look at us as though we are characters in a video game. Y'all want to press A, B, do combos like Chun-Li and watch us crash the hell out. Y'all get enjoyment out of that. So I do understand that as well. I understand the difference, and that's why I make it my business to be very grateful for those who truly support me. So the real elements, I look at them as supporters, because those same elements, who a lot of them have followed me throughout the years, have also talked me off ledges when they seen me about to crash the hell out and do some stupid shit like I was about to do maybe about a week ago. Okay. I had to be talked off the ledge because there are certain things, one thing in particular that I do not play with, and that is my parenthood, and that is my motherfucking child. But I do understand that we exist in a place to where that is on the table. It can be put on the table. So that part I'm over. But just like I don't underestimate nobody, I shouldn't be underestimated, because you think because people are quiet, they minding their business, you don't know what my temperament is. I done been through a lot of shit this motherfucking year, as you all have known. I have shared with you all. Is that y'all problem? No, but it's the motherfucking truth. And I am here to tell you that at all times is my mind all right or all together? No, the fuck is not. But see, I'm blessed with family who know how to give me that support, that mental support that I need as well. I'm blessed with a great team of doctors as well. I'm also blessed with a spirit that knows how to walk myself down and to understand that my emotions are human, but also to understand more than anything that I got shit to lose. Even with some of the things I've already lost, I got shit to lose. I have support, I have real love that's on the outside of this. You get what I'm saying? And I realize that everybody does not. So, as a content creator, the boundaries that I've placed up, because that's just like I've also said to you all before, you will not find a lot of videos of me going back and forth with anybody. And the reason why is because I don't tend to listen to responses. I really don't even tend to listen to when a person is talking shit. And the thing that I asked my supporters years ago, because of course, when I first became a content creator and I was on here regularly, I had my supporters and I had my subscribers, and it would be subscribers that was constantly emailing me. This person said this person said that, blah, 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 emailing me shit all day. Sometimes I used to ruin my motherfucking day because it was just constant negativity. And I got tired of that shit. And I sat up there, hey, Just Andrea, and I was like, you know what? I said, check this out. If you really give a damn about me, do not come to me with no negativity about what a bitch done said, unless they are talking about bringing some type of harm to me. You know, like I said, coming up to my door, like the fuck shit I was told last week. or whatever, like some shit like that, that's when you could come to me. Other than that, if they didn't called me fat, talked about me, my weight, whatever little stupid shit they done said, don't constantly keep coming to me with that. Because why? Because then I'm going to start to question exactly what is your motive. I'm going to question, why do you get such enjoyment out of coming and telling me negative shit? That's what I'm going to start to think. That's my honest opinion when it comes to that. I'm just going to keep it real, y'all. We're going to have a real conversation today. If you're constantly, and that's not even when it comes to people on here. Hey, and Bernadette, that's not even just coming to people on here. I'm talking about even people in my real life. I'm going to question if you are constantly coming to me about negative shit about what people is saying about me, especially if it's some trivial shit. I don't need to know that such and such is calling me a bitch, or such and such is talking about my weight, or they're talking about my health status. I don't need to know that. Because my thing is, even though you're grown and you can do what the fuck you want to do, because I'm going to do what the hell I want to do. I'm going to listen to who the hell I want to listen to. I'm going to wonder, why are you even listening to that shit? Because I'm going to tell you something. If I have a relationship with you in any type of way, even if I just simply like you, if I don't like to hear negative shit about me, I don't want to hear negative shit about you. So the thing is, depending on how far I go, I'm not going to even stay to even hear a motherfucker finish the sentence. And I'm not like that. I don't constantly bring people I care about negative shit, even if I feel like it's not going to affect them. That's not what I do, because I give a damn about the people I care about, their spirit. Because I don't care how strong of a person you think you are. Eventually, shit will start to wear on you if you're constantly hearing negative things. So if you want to know Leo's real opinion about bone carrying, I look at your ass sideways if you constantly bone carrying bullshit. That's the goddamn truth. Because what the fuck is your motive? That's number one. Number two, another reason why I don't constantly go back and forth with people is because of the fact I don't watch them. And that's on some real shit. I am one of the few content creators that literally mean, if I have a problem with a content creator, if we've had a beef in the past or whatever like that, depending on how deep that beef was, you will not find me watching them. You will not find them on my timeline. I'm not watching their community wall. They ass is blocked. I don't need to see whatever the hell it is that you're saying. Even if I've made a response to you. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, that's because somebody felt it or slipped and said, okay, such and such said whatever. And I may feel the need to respond, but I'm not going to look for shit either. And a lot of y'all do that as well. Y'all go look for negative shit. And again, like Miss Cruiser said, we are not superhumans. We're not robots. So that's another reason why Leo is quiet or not constantly on here crashing out, because I can't crash out to some shit I have not heard. So that's a boundary that I place up when it comes to myself. I know how to not go look for shit, because at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. I'm past the point of trying to prove anything to any of y'all. Especially people who I know don't fuck with me. If I know you don't fuck with me, what am I trying to prove to you for? Why? I'm concerned about the people who do give a damn about me. I'm concerned about the bottom line, and that is my real family. And number one, the child that I birthed. He is number one priority. Now, for the record, when it comes to him, I will unapologetically crash the fuck out. That I can guarantee. But we're going to go ahead and move past that. But that's how I protect my spirit. I put up boundaries on what people going to tell me. If you constantly come to me with negative shit, you're going to be the fuck away from me. And I also control what I intake. And I also, like I said, do not underestimate anyone. I would rather be here living in peace, raising my son, going through my healing, than trying to prove I'm right to any of y'all for some fucking numbers and some goddamn pennies. Because at the end of the day, is no dollar amount, but especially not on here, a dollar amount worth the bullshit that a lot of us put ourselves through. It's not worth it. And it's a time to where you can keep pressing and pressing and pressing and pressing, and that shit gonna eventually cave in. That situation that happened is very sad. But don't think for a second that it can't be any of us if you are participating in certain behaviors. That's the reality of it. And it just made me think about that shit. And that's why I'm glad that I have reached a point to where I'm okay with not being continuously in the mess. I'm okay with cutting this shit off and literally not being on here or watching the bullshit. I'm okay with not allowing myself to be triggered by shit. I'm okay with not giving a damn about what people are doing that have nothing to do with my real everyday life. Like I said, I will never allow any of y'all to have that type of power over me. If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Respectfully, don't give a fuck if you live or die. That's on some real ass shit. I put that on myself. Because life is very precious. And we are all guilty at some point in time of just playing around with that shit and thinking that shit's sweet. And it's not worth all that. I'm in a part of my life, me happily being in my middle 40s. I'll be 44 this year. God willing. I'm in a space to where, yeah, we all like a little mess, but I don't want to be in constant chaos and bullshit and worrying about what the fuck the next motherfucker doing. I want to have fun. I want to laugh. I want to, when I get back on my feet, I want to show y'all different shit, grown up shit. Sometimes you got to know when it's for real time to leave a place, when it's time, your time to motherfucking exit. And my attitude in regards to this so-called sector, this beef sector, we got to say the sector or the sector dead. Like, stop the bullshit. I'm going to be real with y'all. It's very immature. What the fuck do I look like at almost 44 years old, giving a fuck about saving a virtual beef sector to where we all know that there is no growing here? There's no growth here. What are we saving? How about allow the motherfuckers who do want to exist in this motherfucker, whether they're younger or old, how about allowing them to have that space? If they want to exist in this motherfucker, act the fool, create beefs, plays, or whatever, allow them to do that. But also allow the ones who do want to walk away from this shit or who don't want to participate, allow us that space to not participate, to actually grow the fuck up. Who want to wake up every day arguing back and forth with motherfuckers over dumb shit that really don't fucking matter? That is energy that you can be spent doing something the fuck else. Exactly, natural chick. You will eventually become a product of your environment. I don't care how strong you think you are. You will become a product of your environment. You will become a product of the people in which you have around. You have to have boundaries, and everybody's boundaries, it's okay for it to be different. Well, I'm going to tell you what my boundary is. Again, my boundary is not constantly being in the midst of dumbass shit. My boundary is not fucking arguing back and forth with motherfuckers. Like I said, how many funky ass low down to the ground bitches do I have to call you? I'm not about, it's not about to be no year after year. You're not about to see 15 videos on the same motherfucker. Once I'm done with you, I am done. And that's that. That's just how I feel about that. So that is what this entire situation, that's just what it made me think about. Just the fact of how all of that could have been fucking prevented. how the so-called subscribers, that claim they care about you, how they will walk you right into some bullshit, but be the very same ones like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened, but be the same ones rooting you on to some bullshit, but you think they give a damn about you. And the reality is, a lot of them do not. And that's just my attitude when it comes to it. And so, as you will see on my thumbnail, as I bring this to a close, you will see on my thumbnail that I had the because I'm a person that's really into the 48 laws of power. Those who have been watching me, my supporters, my beautiful elements, my handsome elements, they already know how Leo get down when she was regular. I have a variety of things going on. And they know already that I was a huge supporter of the 48 laws of power. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. My kid needed me. But anyway, I'm going to leave y'all with this. And this is Law 47. And Law 47 says, do not go past the mark you aim for in victory. Learn when to stop. Learn when to stop. And this is judgment. This is how it explains that law. Because we all have an issue with not knowing how to let shit go. It says the moment of victory is often the moment of greatest peril. In the heat of victory, arrogance and overconfidence can push you past the goal you had aimed for. And by going too far, you make more enemies than you defeat. Do not allow success to go to your head. There is no substitute for strategy and careful planning. Set a goal, and when you reach it, stop. What is it going to take for us to stop? That's the question that I leave you with. What is it going to take for you to stop? What is it going to take for you to understand that you got shit to lose? What is it going to take for you to understand that you can't keep pushing motherfuckers to the edge? And like I said, this go back and forth. This is for me too. I can't push motherfuckers to the edge. Motherfuckers can't push me to the edge because I don't know what the fuck any of y'all going through before we encounter each other. I also can't underestimate what you're going through. And you don't need to underestimate what the fuck I'm going through. Let this tragedy serve as an example and hopefully will put in your mind to understand how real life is and to maybe make some changes in even the way that you move or even how you deal with motherfuckers or how you allow motherfuckers to deal with you. And that's pretty much all I got to say on that. I know it was probably all over the place, but I just wanted to just speak from my heart and how I felt about this situation. I do know that Wiley, shout out to the Wiley Show, he is planning on covering the case. I have not decided yet whether or not I'm going to intake any of that. I have to go by, how I feel. I may follow it along. I definitely wish success to him and everybody else. Or this may be the last time that I even look at this or touch this case. But I just know for me how I choose to have my existence. And my existence is this. I'm going to heal, live my best life. If I don't fuck with you, do not fuck with me. If I'm not mentioning you, there's no reason for your ass to be mentioning me. But if you do mention me, that's cool. 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna hear the shit any motherfucking way. And that's that. So that's all I have to say. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. This week, I will be preparing for my son to graduate on Friday, going to high school. I am very, very grateful and happy about that. We done been through a lot this year together. And I'm just grateful. I love to see him grow. I love the strength that he has had. And like I said, the one thing I can guarantee and say is that when it comes to my son, who I love, who I carried for 9 motherfucking months, do not press me when it come to my baby. My baby already been traumatized this year on what he done had to see his mama go through. I will crash out over that. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in the Element Lounge. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself, and I would love to see you again. If you happen to have any opinions about anything that was discussed, feel free to leave it in the comments section. All I ask is that you be respectful and adult about it. Have a great day, guys. Bye.